Friends, you need to know the roles of political parties. The roles of political parties. In other words, political parties play a very important role. So you need to know the roles of the political parties. The roles of political parties. So we are saying political parties are organized groups of individuals who share similar political ideologies and goals. They are essential part of democratic system as they help represent and advocate for specific interests and values within the society. In other words, political parties are organized groups of individuals who share similar political ideologies. In other words, they must share similar political ideologies. In other words, they must look into one direction. So we needed to know that the reasons for the formation of political parties, we needed to know the roles the political parties play. So in this case, we are going to see the roles the political parties play. Before I continue, I emphasize our customer Farouk of Uganda's idea, no one is coming. No one is what? Coming. The government is busy. Your clan is busy. Even your friends are what? Busy. So it's upon you to liberate your what? Yourself. So we are saying political parties act as the main channels for representing diverse political interests and ideologies within a democratic framework. So we are saying political parties act as the main channels for representing diverse political interests. In other words, they represent diverse political interests that a person who is believing in a certain interest may join a political party to fulfill that political interest. So we are saying political parties act as the main channels for representing the different interests of people. Another one, they play a crucial role in formulating policies on various issues such as economics, social welfare, education, and foreign affairs. So we are saying that the political parties play a crucial role in formulating policies concerning about the economics, social welfare, education. Of course, those in government, even the opposition, they formulate policies. Another one, they mobilize citizens by organizing rallies, campaigns to raise awareness about their ideologies. So we are saying political parties mobilize citizens by organizing rallies, telling people what they believe in. So we are saying political parties play a very crucial role in the country. Another one, they are formed to select and nominate candidates for public office. Political parties nominate candidates for public offices. For example, presidential candidates, parliamentary candidates, and local positions. In other words, political parties play a role of nominating candidates who are going to represent them to stand for the post of president, to stand for the post of MP of a certain area. So political parties play a very important role. Another one, political parties serve as competitors in free and fair elections. So we are saying today, they serve as competitors in free and fair elections, where political parties tend to compete, those in power, even those that are not in power, they compete. Another one, parties with representation in legislative bodies play vital role in lawmaking. So we are saying today, parties play vital role in making laws in parliament. In other words, those that are represented, they play a role when the laws are being made in where? In parliament. Another one, opposition parties hold the ruling party accountable contributing to the balance of power. Opposition parties make the government to be what? Accountable. Like opposition parties put the government on a word that how did you spend this amount of money? How are you going to spend this amount of money? In other words, political parties make the government to be what? Accountable. You don't just eat government money. The political parties can challenge the government. Another one, they inform the public about their rights and responsibilities in a democratic system. They inform the public about their rights and responsibilities. In other words, political parties inform the public about their what? Their rights. So people must know their rights. People must know their rights. So the political parties play a very important role. Another one, political parties may advocate for specific interest groups seeking to advance their rights. We are saying today, political parties advocate for specific interest groups. In other words, the interest groups, their ideas are represented by the different political parties. Political parties play a role in encouraging national unity. They play a role in encouraging national unity. Where they call for unity, people must unite together. So friends, we are saying political parties play a very important role in East Africa. So you cannot talk about East Africa and you miss out the political parties. So they play a